Good morning, y'all. It's Alisha, and welcome back to Alisha's Crafty Hoblob. To our new subscribers, welcome. We hope you feel super at home here. Today's a great video for our new subscribers because I'm about to share a list of contests and challenges and giveaways that are running and they're being operated by different members of our crafting community. So that's great. So get a pen and paper handy, folks, so you can write these down, but I'll also be putting the links to these challenges down below in the content or comment section. And that way you'll just be able to click through, and that should make it super easy for you. Before I start that, let me just say to my returning folks, good morning, happy Tuesday. Another day I'm very grateful to be alive and here and able to participate with you on this channel. I also have some super exciting news. So y'all, you know when I announced that I chose 2 companies to work with, and y'all assumed it was Rosie's Studio. And that's just because you guys know how much I love Rosie's Studio. And I'm one of the few North Americans, at least in our crafting community, who is aware of not just Rosie's as a craft supplier, but I'm aware of all of their wonderful collections. I was first introduced to them by Alisha Loveletter Generation and absolutely Alice. And Alice is a brand ambassador for Rosie's Studio. She's a fantastic brand ambassador for them. But it was Alisha who first sent me their Mimosa Sunday collection and the arabesque flowers that I love from them so much. And she also shared their I think it wasn't their Mimosa Sunday. Maybe it was at that time Mimosa Sunday, the large floral die cuts that I used to make shakers out of that I loved because they're like a nice size. Oh, it's thanks to the Aussie crew, basically. The Aussie New Zealand crew that I fell mad in love with Rosie's Studio. So it's funny that you all assumed that that was one of the 2 places that I chose. But the truth is 2 things. One is there are so many talented crafters in their area that they have a wealth of talent to choose from. You know, Tennille, Soleil, Alisha, Heavenly Imaginings. I mean, Susan Althouse. There's so many great creators down there. So absolutely, I would love to be a brand ambassador for Rosie's Studio, but I recognize that 1, there are people that are closer in terms of proximity, and 2, that actually may even be a better style fit. That said, listen to how lucky your girl is. So I contacted Rosie's Studio because I am in love with them. And I contacted them about a month ago. And their brand ambassador was away doing a specific project. But she very kindly not only came and looked at what I'd written to her, but folks, she watched my videos. She came on here and she didn't watch like 1 or 2, she watched a bunch. And she wrote me the nicest note and said, look, you know, I think your videos are interesting. And I think you have a nice subscriber base that really cares about you and what you say. And while I'm not adding to my team at the moment, we'd like to make you this offer. And what they've offered me is a chance to do a one-time guest appearance. A one-time guest appearance doing a review of their collections. And I was over the moon thrilled. Over the moon thrilled. And in addition to that, when I do this video of this package, and I'll tell you a little bit about what I chose to do with this package in a minute, they've given me a really great discount code for all of you. It's not like a 10% discount code, y'all. No, they gave a great discount code. So I want to say a big thank you to Laura Armstrong, who is in charge of their creative team. I want to say a huge thank you to Rosie's Studio. I am already a fan, so for me this is going to be a labor of love to do, but I really appreciate you giving me this opportunity. I do feel that Rosie's Studio is underrepresented in North America, despite the fact that they have great shipping rates internationally. I've told you all, when I want to send someone like Alice in New Zealand or Alisha or Susan or anybody a gift via Amazon or anywhere else, I am paying ridiculous shipping fees on top of the cost of the item. And Rosie's just has a great international shipping policy. So I am like, if you like making miniature embellishments, if you like really cute creations, they have such a nice wide variety, I'm not going to say anymore. I deliberately put together a package that reflects the breadth of what they do. And I think this is very important. Again, I didn't just order what I love, because that doesn't serve you at all. I really wanted to show you the gamut of what they offer. And I think you're going to be astounded, not only at the quality, not only at the design level, but you're going to be wowed by the price points. And with this coupon that they're offering, it's incredible. So I cannot wait for this package to come from Rosie's Studio. I'm so excited, y'all. So it's funny that you all thought it was Rosie's. And then I got really blessed with this guest appearance. So thank you again, Laura Armstrong. Thank you again, Rosie's Studio. And I'll tell you something, y'all. I always say this to you. I tell you up front, if the customer service is great, if a company stands behind their products, I tell you how the products work, what I think of them. I'm very honest with you in my review. I think it's important. That's a service I'm providing to each of you. I think I approach reviews very differently, because I feel it's a service to my community that I'm doing. So I'm always going to give it to you straight up. But I was really impressed with this note from Laura Armstrong. I mean, she really took time to go carefully watch videos. And I was quite moved by it and some of what she had to say. She clearly cares very much about their brand, and she clearly cares a great deal about their creative direction. And that just made me fall even more in love with Rosie's Studio. Then I was already in love. Now I'm super in love. So isn't that nice to be able to share with you that not only did I love what they were creating, and I liked the price points because they're affordable, but to find out that they're such a fabulous company to work with, that was just the extra. That's the icing on the cake. It is indeed. It's the icing on the cake, y'all. So as soon as that package comes in, you know I'm going to be sharing it with you. Now, Laura didn't ask me to make a project. Because I'm doing a guest appearance, she didn't make it a requirement, but I'm going to anyway. Because I feel this was such a nice opportunity. Sorry, that's my tummy. I can't eat after taking my medicine for 2 hours. And sometimes my tummy is like, where's my cereal? But I think it was really, really generous of Rosie's Studio and of Laura, and such a nice offer to extend me. So watch for that video. As soon as that package comes in, you know I'm going to be excited to share it with you. I promised that if I could, I would share with you a list of our current challenges. Now, I want to say up front, this is not an exhaustive list. It's not a comprehensive list. If I left someone out or I forgot someone, please forgive me. I didn't go and research all the channels and do it that way. I just wanted to give people who are under stay-at-home orders a list of what is currently happening in case they were looking for something to do this afternoon. So again, if I left you out, I apologize. This is not an exhaustive list, just a way for our community to be aware of things they could be working on. So one of my packages being picked up is for Monti, the polka dot pine cone. And she extended her challenge, y'all. And she's asking for a tag flip and a couple of embellishments. And if you can, make her some crepe paper rosettes, she'd really appreciate it. So Monti, the polka dot pine cone, definitely has a challenge on at the moment. And it's a fun one. It's a super fun one. So there's our first one. The next one is K&E. I've told you Alvia extended her challenge until April the 30th. And I'll be putting the links to all these challenges down below. So you may want to take a little note down of the ones you want to participate in, but you can also just click through in the information box. I'll have a link there. I was hoping that Snaimail Maddi would extend her challenge. I don't know if you all are following her. She is a fabulous crafter. And if you love Maggie Holmes Allheart and that type of crafting, you want to be checking her out. I'll put her Instagram down below. She is on YouTube, but I find that she does a lot more uploading on Instagram, so I'll make sure to include that for you down below too. Janet Nieves has her challenge going on until March 31st. So if you are within the US and Canada, you still can get your challenge entry in, but you probably can't if you're international and you haven't already sent something in. So Janet Nieves, March 31st. Deb Hendrick has her challenge on, and all she's asking for are 2 greeting cards, y'all. It is such a lovely small challenge and so doable, and for most of you in an afternoon. You know, for me, it takes me way longer. But so many of you can make cards in one afternoon. So I'm hoping you'll support Deb's challenge. She has been so supportive of We Wishes this round. She sent in an extra box on top of the one I shared with you all. She has been nothing but wonderful during this round. And I am so grateful to her for all of her support. So I'm hoping all of us here can lend that support back by supporting this challenge for her. And again, it's just a couple of greeting cards, y'all. I'll put that link down below. Absolutely Alice and Alisha Loveletter Generation are running a flat mail challenge. Now, you know I love flat mail because it's affordable, it's an affordable way to swap, and it keeps international shipping rates down. So Alice's is birthday themed just because she just had her birthday, y'all. So hers is birthday themed, but Alicia's is crafter's choice, any style at all. So I'll put links to both of theirs down below, but it's flat mail. And that's always fun to do. Yes, it is, because it means you're designing your own way of sending it. And I don't know if you all saw Tony Craftbridge's entry for Alice's birthday flat mail, but it was wonderful. And she takes you through the click and ship, which I think is very important right now for folks who want to be able to still mail out but don't want to have to leave their homes. Sabrina Crafty Mom Son has her challenge out, and she's extended it, so you have time whether you're international or you're US. And I'm really encouraging you to support it. As I said, she and Zach are home struggling with this idea of, do they have the virus? Do they not have the virus? Thankfully, Zach is doing better, but Sabrina is still feeling quite unwell. So I know, again, she would appreciate any happy mail that comes her way, any challenge entries or anything sent for Zach. I know it would be super appreciated. MaryJane has extended her challenge indefinitely because of the virus. So folks, if you're international or local, you have tons of time to send in a challenge entry. And it was her anniversary /1000 birthday challenge. So you want to be able, if you want to support that, I've got a link down below for that too. And you've got lots of time. Pat Sweeney has a Memdex challenge out. Yes, she does. Now, she would ideally like you to incorporate some orange because that's the color of the official color of the MS Society. And you all know she loves cats, so she wouldn't turn away a cat. And she'd like you to use some words that offer inspiration somehow. Maybe hope, dream, believe, inspire, creativity, those sorts of words. Words that really are buoyant and affirmative. So it's a very simple challenge. It's a Memdex challenge because she wants to fill up that special Memdex box that Miss Susan Tootsie Tucker is making for her. I think it's Susan who's making her the box. All right. Let's go on to Scary Carrie, who has extended her challenge until April the 10th. And y'all know she was very supportive too of helping us finish up We Wishes. So I'm hoping, folks, that you will support that challenge. It is open to international and local folks. And all she's looking for is a Memdex and a VR. And even though I don't care for the Memdex making these days, although with my new punch, that's changing. Oh, yes, it is, because I can make all different things now. So thank you, Scary Carrie, because that made the difference. April 10th, again, you all can get a Memdex done in an hour. I don't work like that, but we know you can get that out. So that's Scary Carrie, April the 10th. Next one is Mandalee Cards and More. And she has her challenge up. It's for US only. And that's just because of the click and ship and the shipping, which we'll talk about in a couple of seconds. Her challenge is open until April the 18th. And I'll put a link to her channel down below. I also want to mention that Donna and Judy are doing a monthly swap. It's a little late for you to get in for this month. I had actually created the pieces for it to send, but they didn't pick up my package. So unfortunately, I'm going to miss the deadline by no fault of my own. This month it was ATCs. So I'm still going to send one to Donna and to Judy, but unfortunately, because they didn't come, my package didn't get out. But they will be doing this every month. And so since this one is wrapping up this week, pay attention because they will be announcing their next one. Now this month Donna did it, and for the next one Judy will be doing it. They'll be alternating, but they're doing it in a partnership. And every month it'll feature a different swap challenge. This month the postage was only $3 to participate, y'all. So it was very inexpensive to participate, and it was super fun. It was super fun. I love seeing the ATCs. And we finished up our Crafty Love Self-Care Challenge as of yesterday, which means I'll be drawing a winner this weekend, as always. And it's time for us to launch our challenge in support of autism. Now, originally I thought we would do a card and a VR, but I've given this some thought. Uh, Leticia Zavala is a very big advocate and activist for autism and autism awareness. It began because her son is living with autism, but it's grown into something that she's very passionate about and very committed to. And so I decided that I wanted to still keep it very inexpensive to ship and participate, but I wanted to do something to help Leticia with her effort to raise awareness about autism. So instead of making a card, I'm going to ask you to make 3 embellishments. That's it. 3 embellishments, and they have to contain a puzzle piece, because puzzle piece is the symbol of autism. That's their logo. Now, whether you make the whole embellishment out of puzzle pieces or you incorporate a puzzle piece or however you want to do it is entirely up to you. I'm just asking you to create 3 embellishments using a puzzle piece or puzzle pieces, and that you do a VR. And we will use the hashtag Crafty Love Autism Challenge. I know that's a bit of a mouthful, isn't it? It's a bit long. Crafty Love Autism Challenge is a bit long, but at least it'll help us find you, whether you're doing it on Instagram or you're doing it here on YouTube. And I'm going to ask that you send them to Leticia, because I know she's going to be able to use those embellishments for all of her advocacy. She'll be able to use them either on cards, on projects she's making, on crafts that she'll sell to raise money and awareness for autism. And I will be leaving a way for the shipping to be done to Leticia. I just need permission from her to give out her home address, or if we're going to arrange for them to be shipped to me, and then I'll just ship them to her. I will get you that information when I do the Crafty Love video this week for that, which will probably be either tonight or tomorrow. All right, and that takes care of our challenges, our current challenges, at least the ones I know of. Of course, there are going to be others, and again, I'm sorry if I omitted you or I forgot in all the chaos, but at least that's off the top of my head. Those are the ones that I could remember, and that gives you a whole lot to work on during these stay-at-home orders. It sure does. Michelle Bastian has gone in for surgery, and so I ask you again to please keep her in your thoughts and your prayers today. Please leave her a note down below. She tells me that even when she's in recovery, she checks her cell phone, and I would love her to see wishes from all of us for a safe and easy surgery. I really would. She's been a huge source of support during our food parcel crisis, and I'm so grateful to her. And she's been an active part of this crafty community for several months now. So please leave her a message today, and if you have her cell phone number, please text her. Please remember to text her today so that when she wakes up, she knows people are checking in on her. Because remember, with this virus, people won't be able to visit y'all. And we don't want her thinking she's alone, because she isn't. She has each and every one of us. Well, folks, I better get back to work. That was a long coffee break, but well worth it. I will be back on later today with ATC entries. Oh, yes. And a little happy meal. I'm also working on a whole bunch of projects, and I'm organizing the days. I'm trying to be organized about when I'm going to do all these project shares with you. In terms of click and ship, y'all, I just want you to know I'm not doing a formal tutorial on it because I am filming this way, and it doesn't show up well. I tested it last night. Marilyn, Sweetwater Cards, is like, how are you guys shipping from home? So I tested doing a tutorial showing it to you on my cell phone, and it just wasn't that effective. I'm actually hoping that Tony Craft Purge, hint, hint, Tony, will be willing to maybe do a quick tutorial on how you do it. But if you're using flat mail boxes, flat rate shipping boxes in the US, it's super simple because you can even just scan the UPC code on the box and it comes up right away, and it takes you through the process really easily. However, what you basically need to do is register an account with them with your name, address, and email. Then what you do is that sets it up from the from. It creates the from portion of the label. Then you enter in the address of the recipient to whom you're shipping. Now, if you're doing more than one, the tip I can give you is to hit the button on the right that says add a batch. That lets you do multiple entries at one time and print all your labels out at once and pay all at once so that you don't have to do everything individually. It saves you time and a lot of aggravation. And then what you do is you enter in the recipient's address, and if it's the flat rate boxes, it's super simple. You just tell them which flat rate box it is. That comes with an immediate total. You don't have to know how much it weighs because it's flat rate. As long as it's not over like 60 or 50 pounds, you're usually fine. And then it prints, you go after you pay, it prints out a label, you attach that to your box, and then you must schedule a pickup. This is the key thing to remember. Just because you've paid and printed a label doesn't mean anyone's coming to get it. You have to schedule a pickup. And they'll give you a confirmation number, but watch your email because, as I said last week, because our carrier was off because he was being tested for the coronavirus, our replacement carrier was not doing pickups. And then I rescheduled it for yesterday, and then they didn't pick up. But they are picking up today, thank goodness. So things seem to still operating okay here in Brooklyn. Fingers crossed that continues. But if you're sending non-flat rate parcels or international packages, you do need a postal scale because you have to be able to tell them how much it weighs, and you have to be able to tell them the size of either the envelope or the box for them to tell you how much it is. So I have ordered a postal scale very similar to what Tony Craft Perch has, but right now Amazon is taking 2-3 weeks to ship even in Brooklyn, because I think that closure of that New Jersey plant has really impacted our Amazon shipping. So I won't be able to get that for 2 or 3 weeks, and that's a shame because that means I'm going to have to wait to send Alice's Flat Mail Challenge, Alisha Loveletter Generations Challenge. I have a box that has been sitting here for Anna Silva, Ephemeris 32, and I can't send it to her because I can't physically go to the post office, but I don't know how much it weighs. And what they tell me at the post office is if you guess and you're wrong, they'll send it back to you, and then you lose your shipping money. So I need to wait for the scale, and I don't have a bathroom scale. If you have a bathroom scale, you can kind of guesstimate it until you get a proper scale, but I don't have a scale in the house. And that's just because it will upset me if I start to lose too much weight. I know it's insane, but that's why I don't have one. So if you do have a bathroom scale, you can kind of guesstimate it, but be careful because if you underpay, you lose your shipping money. And I've had this argument with them before. It once happened where the actual postal worker weighed it and did it wrong, and I ended up losing my shipping money, which I had to battle to get back. All right, y'all. That is my Tuesday morning announcements and shout-outs. Shout-outs for all the challenges. Yay for Rosie's Studio. Wishes for Michelle Bastian. And a little info on how you click and ship from home. I hope whatever you're doing today, it's something that makes you so joyful. Please know I'm thinking about each and every one of you and wishing for you not just a safe day, but a creative one and a happy one. In times like this, folks, it reminds us to live our best life. I was asking myself last night, did you live your best life today? And I think that's a question I try to ask myself each and every day. But in these times, you know what's very comforting is being able to go to bed at night knowing that you did your best that day, that you lived your best life. You used every minute the way you wanted to. You expelled your energy in the right directions. You kept a good, positive attitude. You contributed to society and to the lives of your friends and family. If I can answer yes to those questions, then I've lived my best life. And I think, for me anyway, that's a great source of comfort in a time like this. And so every night lately, I've been asking myself that. And I'll show you this. I picked this up for myself before I couldn't go into the stores anymore. It's called A Journey Within. And it's an introspective activity journal to help you sort of get to know yourself a little bit better about how you function. And I have a lot of self-awareness, but I think some of these are very good exercises. It comes with really good quotes like, "We are all different. Don't judge. Understand instead." I love that. That's by Roy Bennett. And I like some of the questions that they ask in this book. So for me, this is becoming a period of self-reflection and self-awareness. And that's another blessing that's come out of it. I hope you too have had many blessings during this period. And one thing we know is that we're all banding together and helping one another. And that's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing that you can count on this community in a crisis. I want you to all know that already 6 packages, not including mine or Susan Tessie Tucker's, are en route to Kayla already. Yeah. Thank you all so very much. Thank you. All right, y'all. I'll be back on later tonight with some ATCs and maybe a little happy meal. Until then, happy Tuesday, y'all. Happy Tuesday.